Welcome to Keeping It Real Estate. Back again and better than ever, giving you the real guide to navigating this market. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So today's topic, what to look for in a realtor. Now, not all realtors are created equal. So I deal with this every day. A buyer or a seller, they're contacting me saying, hey, I used my cousin as my realtor, and they don't really know what they're doing. They just got their real estate license. And I never understood that. Why would you use your friend, family on such a large purchase, such a large decision, such a large transaction, who's not the best, who's not an expert? You know, it makes no sense. Real estate people don't really realize that realtors are different, all of them. You know, honesty and integrity, not everyone has. Knowledge of the purchasing process and the market, not everyone has. New realtors don't know this. And I'll be honest with you, I would say probably 95% of seasoned, veteran, expert realtors don't know what's in a contract. Never read a contract, 12-page, 13-page, whichever one that you use. This is for the Florida contract. They don't know what's in it. So when something happens, they are kind of scrambling, trying to find the answer, calling people like me for assistance. And, you know, communication skills is a big part of this. Negotiation skills is a big part. That's not just given. You're born with that. That's my opinion. And when I'm negotiating, I'm not just negotiating real estate. I negotiate my car. I negotiate everything I buy. Everything is negotiable to me in this world. So, you know, that's something that really is kind of unique to agents, is finding one that has that talent for negotiation, for communication. And then, you know, like I said, the knowledge of the purchasing process and the market takes time, a lot of dedication, a lot of ups and downs to be able to get that type of knowledge. You know, so really at the end of the day, everyone needs a realtor in order to have a buffer between the buyer and the seller, whether you're an investor or you're a first-time home buyer. And you want to choose that realtor wisely. Someone who is knowledgeable about multiple different parts of the industry, is able to really guide you, has closed many deals in their life, and been through the ups and the downs and saw all the good and the bad. When it comes to almost every transaction, has some things involved in it. So, you know, make that decision wisely. Find somebody that you know, you can trust, they have your best interests at heart, and they are an expert. We'll end it there. You know, if you're an attorney and you get in legal trouble, you're going to hire an attorney, right? You're not going to do it yourself. And that goes with real estate. If you're a realtor or you have some knowledge, you need that buffer. You need someone between the buyer and the seller that has your best interests at heart, that's not going to, you know, and there has to be some distance. When you're negotiating a transaction, emotions get involved. And when you're dealing directly, buyers and sellers directly to each other, it can get a little dicey. But when you have that buffer in between, you tell them how you feel and they relay the message a little bit lighter, a little bit more nuanced, let's say. So you can be mad about a situation as much as you want. You tell your realtor, this seller is being, you know, ridiculous. Say however you want, cuss and do whatever you want. But that realtor is going to go back to that other realtor and relay that message a little softer, in more, you know, comfortable terms that, you know, are not disrespectful in any way. So that's why you always need that buffer. Buyers and sellers should never talk until you're at that closing table and, you know, the deal's done. Now, if you're a normal buyer, a first-time home buyer, right? Because there's, all buyers are not lumped into a single bucket. First-time home buyer needs a lot more hand-holding from beginning to the end. They might need guidance on lending. A good lender. Are they going to use a mortgage broker? Are they going to use a bank? Are they going to use a credit union? They're going to need some guidance with that. Once they get pre-approved, they're going to need some guidance on where they want to be. School districts and, prices. These things all will make a big difference on, for a buyer. Obviously, they want to be in the exact location that they need to be for their work and for their family. So there's a lot of things that, that buyer is going to need assistance with. After you find the right property, now you got to make the offer. The offer is very nuanced. There's a lot of different things that go into making the offer. It's not just about the price. It's about all the terms. Inspection days, deposit, contingencies, closing date. All of those things, in my opinion, have a big factor in whether or not your offer might get accepted. Nowadays, things are really wild, as I'm sure any buyer or seller, anybody that's watching the news, is up on. But properties are selling very quickly. They're selling at or above list price. So how do you compete? Especially if you're a first-time home buyer who's getting a mortgage. Can you compete against those cash offers? And I contend that you can, as long as your other terms are as good or better than a cash offer. And in my Patreon, we go into depth, really into depth on what that means by, making, your terms better than a cash offer. Now, the other kind of, side of the spectrum are the investors. Investors really don't need the same assistance. They're more transactional. They need help and maybe interpretation of documents and help with decisions. And investors, they're chopped into multiple categories as well. Are they developers? Are they fixing and flipping? Are they buying and holding / renting? What's their business model? And as an agent, I need to know how to handle all the different business models. And so do you, right? So if you're an agent, or even if you're thinking of getting into this business as an investor, where do you fit in? What's your goals? Are you looking to buy and hold multiple properties long term for that passive income? Or are you trying to play the fix and flip game where you are buying properties, maybe wholesale properties, maybe auction properties, maybe short sales, foreclosures? Are you going to the courthouse? Are you doing things online? Where are you finding your properties? Are you doing mailers? Are you knocking on doors? How are you finding these properties if you're going to get into this industry? And I contend that there's 1,000 ways. You got to pick a couple, try them out, take 6 months, come back to the drawing board, figure out which ones worked and which ones didn't. I'll tell you, I have done maybe 1,000 transactions in my career, give or take, and every one, something different happens. I learn something new. I see something that I could have done better, or I see something that I did, great, that, I learned from the past and I utilized in this transaction. So it just takes time. You're looking for an expert when you're trying to find a realtor, not a friend or family member. This is my opinion, right? So everybody has their own opinions, and I'm not going to tell somebody what to do, but I'll tell you how I feel about it. You're not going to hire, an average attorney if you get into any legal trouble. You're going to look for the best. And I equate realtors and attorneys, together often. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. For more content, head on over to my Patreon, where we'll go more in depth with topics, AMA sessions, as well as weekly discussions. As always, this is Keepin It Real Estate, signing off till next time.